Howdy y'all, how's everybody doing today? I'm the Cowboy from the Cosmos, welcome back to another Risk video. So today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking a look at the top 5 best maps in Risk Global Domination. So of course, before we get started, I would like to note, these are my favorite 5 maps. Of course, what makes a good map? There are guidelines and sort of things that do make good or bad maps, but at the same time, it's very subjective what you like and what you don't. So, if you don't like the maps on this list, that's perfectly okay, and your top 5 might be very different than mine. I'm going to be assessing this from a free-for-all perspective, so that means zombies, caps, fixed, progressive, all of that stuff. And yeah. So in that case, we're going to get right into the video, but just before we get started, if you guys enjoy anything you see here today, why don't you feel free to subscribe and drop a like below. It really helps out the channel, so that my content can reach more people to help out users like you. And I stream on Twitch, so feel free to come hang out there. We do viewer games live, you can ask me any questions, learn new strategy and tips. And with that all being said, let's get into the video. Alrighty, so for our very first map here, sitting at the number 5 position is Red Sands Fort. This map has been around for a decent amount of time. It's part of the Castles and Strongholds map pack. It's definitely not the oldest map in the game, but it's not brand new either. So it's a pretty cool map. I've been playing it for quite a while. Have probably some of the most games out of any map on this one. So it definitely deserves its top 5 spot. So what makes this map so good? Well, if you look at the continents that I'll throw up on the screen here, they're all pretty balanced, with the strongest position actually not being the one landmass of 2 continents on it. So in the bottom left corner there, as you can see, there's a +3 and a +4, which is only slightly better than the +6s and 5s you find around the rest of the map. However, the +3 you can get a lot earlier, so it is pretty nice to get those early easy continents, which can boost your early game. This map works really well for blizzards. They divide the map up well. As you can see, there's a lot of lines that let you attack different land masses, which is very interesting and very cool. It messes with the pathing a bit, blizzards, which always just makes the map more technical. This map in general has a lot of little rooms, as you can see, making it hard to finish off opponents needing to do lots of splits. Speed and efficiency is quite important on this one, which makes it a very, very fun map to play. It works really well with Fog of War. Zombies works well on this map because there's enough room for them to expand, and continents are actually holdable against the zombies. Progressive World Dom, this is one of the best maps in the game, hands down for. That mode definitely suffers from the fact that round 8 usually is the death of like half the board, if not everybody. And maps like this really allow you to not have to worry about that, because they're big enough that you can definitely bury yourself in enough corners that you're not killable on round 8, which is very, very good. As you can see here, we're just going to be playing public games. Most of these matches that I end up playing will be public games and will be Progressive World Dom, just because it led to shorter videos, which was good for, you know, the purposes of this. Otherwise I have to multiply them by 20 times and you guys wouldn't be able to tell what the hell is going on. Anyways, without further ado, this is pretty much Red Sands Fort. If you want to buy the map pack that it comes from, it also has several other really good maps in it. I plan to make a video at some point, giving the top 5 best map packs for people to buy, because I know not everyone wants to purchase all the maps. So yeah, we're going to let the rest of this gameplay play out, and I will see you all at number 4. Number 4, we got Drakon's Fortress. This is actually the newest map in this list, coming in at the most recent update actually, being the Dawn of the Dinos map pack. It's a brand new map, but I've played it quite a lot, and it's quickly becoming one of my favorite maps of all time. This map is very interesting. It has very congested continents, which are all quite small, but actually have quite a good amount of value, as you can see on screen here. And on top of that, it has some of the most unique pathing I've ever seen in a Risk map. You can cross the map from 2 different positions without ever going through the middle. And on top of that, the middle only actually has 4 access ways up top, so it's really like unique with 2 layers. I've never seen this on a map before. The closest I've seen is probably Conway Castle, but I think this map does it a lot better. This map has a lot of constants, as I've said before, which makes it great for fixed games. It makes it great for progressive games. It has great caps potential because there's a lot of card locking opportunities. Zombies is going to be a lot of fun because players can get strong quite quickly, but on top of that, it also is congested enough that zombies are going to tear through 1 or 2 people, so learning how to navigate through that and when to back off of your continent is going to be very key here. On top of that, this is some of the best, fixed game I've ever had. I enjoy this one very, very much so. It probably is the most consistent fixed map I have found, because you can just get so strong so quickly if you're smart about it. Leads to very high skill games, and is an incredibly fun map overall. I love the art design on it, and I'm very, very happy that SMG is starting to take more care into how they make their maps look besides just making territories on a board. But yeah, this is going to be the end of this map's review, so we'll see you all in the next map. Alright, here at number 3 we got up next on our list, the map Turkey. Turkey's actually a really interesting situation, because while the last 2 maps I showed were very congested, very small, or not small, but they had very small corridors followed by, wider areas, I think this is the complete opposite. This is a very wide, very open map. It has no artificial barriers, there's nothing, no gimmicks, nothing weird. It's just a completely straight shot from one side to the other of a giant blob of territories. And I love it for that. It is such a good map for taking on lesser skilled players, so it's good for grinding ranked, it's good for doing those sort of things. The map is incredibly fun for progressive games because it's so big that kills are really interesting and hard to get because you have to cross so much terrain. And on top of that, it's actually a really weird zombies map because the zombies have so much room to expand, you can basically hide anywhere among them. It's great for fog of war, it's a really fun time. Blizzards don't have as much of an effect on this map, but they can be interesting nonetheless. One really great thing about this map, so I'm going to throw up the continents right now, is that they are basically unholdable, and I really like that. I don't like how every map in the game has super easy continents. I do like stuff like Drakon's Fortress because they have that, but I think having 1 or 2 without it is also very important, so I wanted to make sure I put Turkey on this list to give the no continent gang some representation. This map's really fun, it's a great time, I farm it a lot whenever I'm playing ranked. I mean, I probably won't be able to do it as much when they do the update, thank god, I can't wait for that. But up until they're letting us fight noobs, I'm just going to play this map and have a great time. If you like playing less turtley kind of games and you're more about people using bigger stacks and having to actually hold hard continents rather than getting them immediately, this is a map for you. So in that case, I'm going to let the rest of this clip play out, but this has been your number 3 map, and I'll see ya at number 2. Oh man, Archaeanos at number 2. Where to even begin? This map's a really fun time. This is probably one of my favorite maps in the game, and honestly, if this was a subjective list where I wasn't rating maps based on everything they're good for, this would be my number 1. This is the first ever map that I've made a video on this channel for. Don't go back and watch it though, it's like a really bad video. But you know, this map I've done 1v1s on, I've done free-for-all games on, I've had one of my favorite games of all time in the semifinals of the second tournament on this map, or the second tournament I played at least. This map's an absolute blast of a good time, and it's good for basically every single mode. 70% is great on this map because there's a lot of opportunities and chokes to stop people from getting 70%. It's great for caps because of the limited placements. It's great for zombies because there's so much room. It's great for world dom because the continents are all juicy and are all pretty obtainable. On top of that, there's a lot of rooms, making it have a lot of technical pathing. I've had games in this one against some players that we actually had to concede because we were both just slightly too slow and there was too much to take on each other. Which sounds like a really bad thing, but I think that was a really fun time. Phil, if you remember that. And it was a great time. I enjoyed it a lot. This map is probably one of my favorite. The only reason I didn't put it at number 1 actually is because unfortunately it is a limited time unlock, which for the purposes of this video, obviously, having a map that you can no longer access isn't exactly the greatest, because this is also supposed to be a guide for newer players as well as experienced ones. So of course, you know, besides that fact though, this map is really fun, and hey, if you want to play it, you can come check out my streams. I'll play it live for you guys, because obviously I have the map, and we can all have a great time. But yeah, this map's awesome, it's really fun, it has great fog of war potential. There's a lot of hidey holes to prevent yourself from dying, so progressive world dom goes well. Fixed works well, because as I said, the continents and all that, it's just overall a total blast. This is definitely a very good map, but now you must be wondering, what could be so good that it takes the number 1 spot from this? Well, I'll see you in about a minute here. Alright, so quickly I just want to do the honorary mentions. These are all pretty good maps, they just barely didn't make the list, but either way, they get a thumbs up from me. Let's go to number 1. And number 1, we got Earth 2209. You guys surprised to see us here? Maybe, maybe not. But yeah, I think that this map makes the most sense to be a number 1 candidate. It's the first ever, or it's just an evolved version of the first ever map you play, which is Classic. And I mean, Classic's already a really good map. It's one of the most consistent maps in the game and can fit every mode, so having a natural evolution of that is quite good. This is basically the penultimate challenge for a Risk player, considering that you all start off at Classic, that's the first one, and this is just Classic but bigger, with more continents, more attack lanes, and more strategy. This map works well on every single mode in the game, even 5-round rumble is playable here. 5-round rumble is always terrible, so hey, you know what, if they can make the worst mode in the game good, it has to be a solid ass map. This map is part of the New World Views map pack, which is a decently solid map pack on all of its own. It has this map, it has Simple World being the most gimmicky map in the game, Reverse World, which is another gimmick, which is kind of fun. So yeah, I like it a lot, it's a good time. I think that this map is what World Conquest wishes it was, and it's awesome. So I hope you guys have all enjoyed this list so far. I hope that this video was fun and entertaining to you guys. If it was, once again, please feel free to drop a like down below and subscribe. I would appreciate it so much. I've been making a push to try and make as much YouTube content at the highest quality I can. So hopefully, you guys are enjoying these videos and enjoying the increase in production quality I've started to do in the last little while. And yeah. Sorry this video took me about 3 days to make, but I had to get footage for all the games and I didn't really want to sit there for like 2 hours or 3 hours just grinding away at risk matches to get all 5 matches done. So I decided to kind of pace myself, and I've been streaming, so you guys have seen me over there. Anyways, this is going to be all from this cowboy. Once again, Earth 2209, you guys should definitely check it out. If you have not played this map, please do, it's such a good map. This map is probably the most worthwhile purchase in the game. I think if you ever bought a map pack for a single map, this would be it. So, that's just my take. But anyways, thank you all, and I will see you guys in the next video. And I'll let the rest of this finish up here. Have a good day, folks.